Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Cockney Crafter, Ali, and I just thought I'd do a little craft with me. I'm working on some ephemera for the journal that I'm working on. I just reached down to get that. I'll get a couple of things. So yeah, I thought we could do it together because I had a whole load of mess and mix-ups last week, losing footage that I'd filmed, so I thought I'll put the camera on now. So I'm gonna, like I said, working on ephemera. I think I'm gonna stitch this on before I do anything else because yeah, I quite fancy that sewn, although it looks a bit long to me. So I think I'm gonna cut that off and fray this bit. So I hope everyone's all well and having a lovely week so far. I've got the best news ever. So yeah, it's just amazing. Both my grandchildren that was due have been born. And the mad thing is that they were both born on Monday night. We was in the maternity unit. Sorry, I'll just do that bit. Yeah, we was in the maternity unit. My youngest daughter went into labour in the early hours of the morning on Monday, and so I was at Jamie's. I'd been here all weekend because the kids was here, and then on Sunday night I went up Jamie's because I thought, oh, it's bank holiday Monday, so I'll pop up there because he's got the day off. But then in the early hours of the morning I got a phone call, and it was my son telling me that one of them was in labour, the other one was timing her contractions and that, and so I'd best come back. And so then I came back. We went to the hospital, but she was only a tiny little bit in labour, you know, not enough to stay there. So we came home, and then later on we got ready again and her contractions got worse, so we went to the hospital, said goodbye to my other daughter who got the bus home at the same time, and then yeah, we went to the hospital. Right, I've just gone and stitched across there so that I'm not gabbling on. So yeah, we're at the hospital. My other daughter went home, and then we get a phone call, and the minute she'd got home her waters broke. So then she was on her way up to the hospital. Hang on, I'm just reaching behind me getting some lace that I spotted earlier that I thought I'd like. Right, so I've got this piece of lace. So yeah, we was at the hospital. She calls us to say her waters have broke, and so up she came to the hospital, and so I had both of them in there, and all day they're both in labour, but one was in the first room that you come into, and the other one was right round the corner in a different room. Like, you had to walk up the ward along the corridor, and so I was going back and forth all day, and then another room became available, and so then they offered Millie the chance to move, and the room that was available was next to my other daughter, which is why they offered her the opportunity. Would you like to move nearer to your sister? Which she did. And so yeah, then I just had to keep walking from one room to the next. And my grandson Levi, he came at 9:30 on Monday, and then my granddaughter Lola, she came at 11. Well, roundabouts. It was roundabout both those hours. But yeah, both healthy, both mothers. It's fantastic. Babies are both healthy and well, and yeah, it's just the greatest thing. So I am so excited and happy. Right, I think I'm going to have this down here. Right, I've deconstructed this. I just want to show you before I crack on. what I did, because I bought these flowers, craft flowers, because I really like the look of them, but they've got like that stem bit on, right? So that bit does come off. Let's get that bit off first. Right, so I've got that bit off, but I've still got this long stalk. So what I did was I peeled off the centre, and then I can get rid of that. At first, what I've done before is I've cut as close as I could to the top. I've cut it before just with scissors, but this peeled off, so I still get the lovely centre of the flower, and it just all looks lovely. You just glue it back together like that. So I'm going to put this pink one over there, because I might want that in a bit, but yeah, I thought this one goes well with the frayed bit of this lovely material. So, right, what bit's the bottom? I'm just going to glue this on individually and build it back up to create the flower that I've pulled apart. But yeah, so what a fantastic Monday night I had. Well, all day, like, it was so lovely. And at the hospital, they was like, all the staff was talking about it and popping in from one girl to the next, because they've never had that before, with two sisters actually in labour and delivering at the same time. And so yeah, it was really nice. So when my eldest daughter first got there, she'd told us she was on her way, and we was the first room that you have to walk past to get into the ward, so we knew she would come past us, so we had the door open. Oh, I really like that, look, you see. And so I've lost none of the gorgeousness, because sometimes I've took flowers apart and then I lose the centre. Well, not lose it, like it falls apart or something like that. And in that case, I'd normally put like a small flower or a flat back pearl or something in the middle. But yeah, I really like that with the centre looking like a flower. So yeah, and I've got a nice big journaling card, so that's my first bit, and put that to one side. So yeah, as my daughter came in, like my oldest daughter, and the younger one is panting in between contractions, we saw, we had the door open so we could see her, and so I've sort of, obviously, we've waved and said hello, and I said, I'll be round in a minute, babe, to your room. And the nurse said, oh, is that your friend? And I said, no, it's my other daughter. She's in labour too. And they said they'd never had that before, and so yeah, it was the talk of the hospital really. Even like cleaning staff and the staff who give you the dinner, like bringing the sandwiches round, was all popping in and saying, oh, I thought you'd moved round there because your name's up round there, but it's not, it's your sister. And yeah, everyone was really excited about it. So yeah, it was fabulous. But yeah, as you can imagine, although it was like the staff was getting excited, no one was as excited as me. You can imagine, both my daughters at the same time. I was just loving it. But Tuesday and Wednesday I felt absolutely exhausted. I remembered that I had filmed. I filmed before I went up to Jamie's so that I could get it done, because of beforehand losing other footage and that. So yeah, I made sure I filmed before I went up there. But I'm just looking now for another piece of trim. I think, right, I'll just cut a little piece off. And so yeah, everyone, like, I filmed before I went up there, but then yeah, woke up early hours of the morning. They rang me at 4 o'clock to tell me I needed to come back, and yeah, I was just just exhausted after it all. I couldn't keep my eyes open on Tuesday or Wednesday, but it was brilliant. I mean, obviously not as exhausted as my daughters. I'm just working out where I'm going to put this, and I think I'm going to sew this as well, and then this little paper bow I will stick on, because it's the exact same red as that. So I think I'm going to stitch that on, and we'll see what it looks like. Right, so that's stitched on nicely. So, right, what was I going to do? Glue. So yeah, I've got two new babies to love, a little boy and a little girl, and yeah, both 100% healthy, arrived with no complications. Both my girls are doing well, and yes, it's just the best thing ever, really. I went from 3 to 5 grandchildren in an hour and a half. Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. I like how that's come out. I think that looks cute. So yeah, I'm using all like these old vintage things, because the book I'm working on is the book. I'm using a kit. I mentioned it if you saw my journal with me this week. It's called 1921, and all the images are from there, and yeah, I'm loving it, I really am. So I'm making it into a journal, and yeah, I'm really enjoying using these old pages and images. Right, I've just grabbed some trims, because I've got a couple of these lovely envelopes, and I want it stuck on a page like that, and it able to open out, and something to be kept inside. Earlier on I cut this decorative beautiful paper. It's from a book the lady's called Fanny Robinson, and it's very similar to Edith Holden, but I thought this would be a really nice background in there, but I won't stick it down, so that whoever has the journal for their own will be able to decide what flower arrangement they want as their backing, you know. And they may not want to put something in front of it. They may want to put their content, what they choose, behind, like maybe a note or something like that, something that they just don't want on show. So I'm not sticking that down inside. But what I thought was we could really make this lovely on the outside by just layering up lots of different trims. And yeah, so that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have the trims going across the top and the bottom, so I don't need to go all the way to the top and the bottom with this, what I'm having on the sides. I think I'm just going to go just past the window on each side, and then I know that it will be covered. You won't see the edges, just like that, you know. It's about 1 centimetre each side, but yeah, just to be on the safe side, because they're not going to be, the bits that are going across the tops and the bottoms are not going to be stuck down really firmly. They will be so that the layers can sort of flap over one another. So that's why I've gone further than just at the very edge, so that if they're lifting, you'll be able to not see this envelope. You'll still see the, what's it called, just the trims. I'll just cut that off. I don't know whether that's too long. It might be. Yeah, I'll just take another bit off. There's no dramas, but that's it. Right, so that's my edges. A little bit wonky, let's just get them straight. Yeah, that's fine. And now I'm going to do the bottom. I'm going to put my glue lid on because I'm not quite sure yet. I've got to play about with them. No, this is perfect, quite like that. Some of these are vintage and some are new. But yeah, so there's a little mix up of both. Ooh. That's really pretty. Maybe at the bottom this, and then one of these old ones, perhaps that. Yeah, I think that is going to be the bottom. And so yeah, I want to get this done because then what I want to do is both my daughters want a book, not just for the new babies, but to record everything of the children, because they've got like memory boxes full of stuff that they never look at. They're just in the memory box, it's put away. And yeah, my daughter Millie said to me that if all the stuff in there, or a lot of the stuff in there, was bound into a book, she would get to look at it a lot more rather than just getting the box out. And there's things in there like their first little outfit that they wore home from hospital and stuff like that. So obviously that wouldn't be bound into a book, but because there's all that kind of stuff, the little things that you could be looking at all the time are not being looked at. So I think I'll be working on that after this. And I've got another couple of things in my head that need to come out. So yeah, I want to try and be really busy because I've got so many things going on in my mind. But yeah, it's getting the time. I mean, I've got this little bit of time at the minute because one of the daughters is staying with me. The other one, her husband's got paternity leave off work. Well, her partner, then, he's not her proper husband. But yeah, he's got paternity leave off work, so she doesn't need me over there because she's got the help of him. But yeah, Millie is staying with me. And they've just popped out for a little while. Her friend lives around the corner, so she's gone. She's gone round there. I think she just wanted to take the new pram out and everything. You know how it is when you're really excited. You've got your new pram and your new baby blankets, and yeah, so she just wanted to go out, I think. Right, I really like that, and I think I'm going to have this old one as the bottom, like that, and then I could use the one that's a little bit darker. That will tie in with that. And then the very top, this one that I just used on something else, on that other tag, that could be layered like that. Yeah, I really like that. Yep, that's what we're doing, guys. That is what we're doing. So yeah, I think this just looks really pretty. It doesn't matter that you can still see like a bit of grey at each side, and obviously through the trim. I think that looks quite nice. So I'm really pleased. I think it really goes well with these really old paintings that these are prints of from that book. But yeah, got a little bit of time to do this, and then I'm going to go and start dinner. Well, dinners. The kids eat different food to me. I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat any meat at all, any animals whatsoever. Because people always go, do you eat fish? No, I don't eat animals. But yeah, so I always have to cook 2 dinners if I'm doing a meal for everybody, because I don't eat what they eat. But it's nice and simple. I'm going to make curries because it's really easy to have 2 pans on the go. And I'm just throwing stuff into mine and into theirs. All the vegetables that go in mine, I put in theirs as well. It's only the meat that I don't add, you know, so it's easy than doing like other more complicated meals. I've just got 2 pots on the go, and then at the last 20 minutes just put on the rice. So that's what we're having for our dinner. Not that anyone cares. But yeah, I like my own curry. I bought, because of being busy and having like a new baby in the house and everything, I bought a couple of vegetarian ready meals. They're like sort of ready meals for people that are trying to lose weight, like Slimming World kind of meals. I bought a couple of them, and I ate the sweet potato curry, which I love. When it's my own sweet potato curry, I love it. Oh my gosh, this blew my head off. It was so hot and spicy, and yeah, I don't really do hot and spicy. I like spicy, I like curries, I like chilies and that, but I'm a bit of a wuss, so I only like a mild. And I had the sweet potato curry the other day. I couldn't eat it all. It was just so spicy. My mouth was burning and I just wasn't enjoying it. I couldn't even taste the sweet potato or any of the vegetables because it was just like one of them ones where you have to keep stopping because your mouth's on fire. Right, I think I might have a tiny little more bit more. I can't talk properly. Bit more just at the top, because I don't mind that grey at the sides. I'm not sure at the top, although I really like this layering. I think it's really girly and looks really old-fashioned. I might leave it like that because I'm just thinking once it's on the page. Yes, I'm trying to grab a page, but yeah, that'll open out fine to put different things inside. So yeah, I think I might leave it like that. I'm happy with that. And like, it was just a seed packet. They've got here date planted, date harvested, and notes and that. And yeah, I love that. So that one's done. But I cut this out of an old newspaper, which isn't far off from the 1920s theme that is flowing throughout my journal. So I think I've glue sticked the newspaper. Oh no, I don't know, because sometimes it can make it tear. Oh no, we will. If I'll just be gentle around the edges. Oops. And so yeah, I'm going to get this done, and then at least I've worked on my ephemera, because obviously when things happen like life and I've sort of had a whole day and night at the hospital, and we've been busy, and just like sort of just the changes of having a new baby in the house, you know, it I've got a bit behind with everything, but I don't care. It's not like mum moaning. I could not be happier at the moment. I really couldn't. It's just yeah, just wonderful. Oh, sorry. And so yeah, I've got a little bit behind with some of my projects that I was hoping would be finished by now. And a couple that I was hoping would be finished ain't even been started. So yeah, as you can You can tell from that statement. She's behind, yeah, and I just, but yeah, it's the things that I thought would be finished. I was working, well, I wasn't working. In my head, I sort of sorted it out, what it was going to be, that I had like a couple of embellishment kits planned that was going to go up on my Etsy as soon as I make them, but yeah, it just didn't, ended up, I had it all in my head what I want to do, and it's still there, but yeah, nothing's happened yet because I've been so busy. I've got that bit there where it got wet, so I'm going to put something there, but I think this at the top isn't quite straight. And so yeah, what was I going to say about this? Yeah, slowly, that's it. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Yeah, so it says country suit in Scotch tweed. So I thought I would put this bit, this is off like a gift box of something, or a gift basket I got at Christmas with toiletries in. So I'm just going to use this bit because it's like a tartan pattern, and that's what she's wearing. That's what her country tweed suit, well, it's not, I don't think it's tartan, the tweed suit, but it's like a check kind of pattern. So I thought I'd use this lovely blue, yeah, that way, just to put some trim along the edge there, give it a bit of interest. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I saved it now, because there's some things like, you know, like you might get a pair of pyjamas and they're tied up with like a nice piece of ribbon or something, and the kids always go, Mum, do you want this, do you want this? And I'm always sort of like, as I'm unwrapping things like that, oh, don't throw that away, I wanted that bit, you know, and they're like, Mum, it's just junk. Why do you want all this stuff? But I'm glad I did save it now, because I think that looks lovely on there. I'm going to put something over here. I think this type of flower, even though I've deconstructed it, it will still be quite bulky, because this is just to journal on, and I thought it could be folded and sit in something like that, and so that's the decorative bit up there, or it could be coming out a bit, so you can see that bit as well. So I need something that's blue-ish to go with that. Don't think, I mean, I've got those big blue flowers, but that's exactly like this, so I don't want that. Or gold. This sort of thing. Obviously not that colour, I can change the colour though. I think this one is the one. It doesn't have to be like there, covering the whole thing. It can be like that, and then you don't notice. The little bit you do notice looks like a shadow. So, little tip there, if you've got a mark on the thing that you don't want. Obviously, if it's a mark that just looks like it's aged, then that's cool, leave it, you know. Like, I love, yeah, just looking at my ephemera that I've made already. Things like this, that marking of from when I coffee dyed, that is beautiful. Well, to me, in my opinion, it's gorgeous. I love those marks that the water makes or the coffee makes. You know, I really do. I think it's fabulous. But yeah, when it's just like, oh, a bit of glue got on there, like a bit of wet glue. I didn't realise that I'd spilt it. But I had, because I've got a little pot that I keep with a lid on. But even though it's got a lid on, I don't knock it over. I don't store it sideways. I store it just flat. But yeah, it got knocked or moved. It might have been over the weekend while I had the kids here. And Lily was up here a bit. making some bits for her mum for her birthday that's coming up. And then there's all this lovely room for journaling on, and then it can be in a pocket, just slid in like with that bit coming out, or like that. Yeah, I think that's just fine how it is. Nice big lot of room for journaling on. So I think I'm going to do this little banner, make it into an altered paper clip before I finish up, and then go and get that curry on the go. Right, just looking for a large paper clip that I want. Right, to give this a bit of stability, it's only printed on coffee dyed paper, I'm going to put it on this bit of scrap cardstock that I've got left from making my tags and journaling cards. So I could have done this with glue stick had I thought of it, but I never have. So yeah, I just want it to have a bit more substance to it than being flimsy. And I'm going to do a double-sided paper clip, so it's decorative when you turn the page as well, and not just the paper clip left, because I could only find a bright pink one. I probably would have done the other side anyway, because I often do, but I did have some lovely ivory coloured large ones like that, but who knows where they've gone. I can't find them, and I don't think I used them all, but well, I didn't think I had, but now I'm thinking I must have, because they're not where I keep them. So I think I must have used them, because like I've said, I know where I keep things. So it just makes, when I lose things, it just messes with my mind, because I think to myself, I can't have lost it. It was there, I know it's there, that's where I always put it. And yeah, I don't know. I thought I had some. Right, let's pull that out so I'll lose it. Right, I'm just inking this little scrap of sheet music left over from something else. And right, what I'm going to do is, no, I want it that way. I'm sliding that in between the two prongs that go either side of our page, and then no, I've gone the wrong way, because I'm trying to wrap the bigger side. So I want it like that. Yeah, that's nice. Although I'm going to lose some from this end, don't want to lose it from the other end, because I like what I've got there. So that is perfect for me. I'm going to glue that. There's so many different ways of doing these altered paper clips and things, and bobby pins and what have you. There's so many different things you can do. And yeah, I love seeing like different things and new things. This is nothing new at all. I'm just going to put this on here, either that way or probably that way. Oh. Right, and then think of something that can go on the other side too. I really like that butterfly. But yeah, if I have it coming down a bit, yeah, I like that. So that will be on one side. I'm going to glue that down. And I think I'm going to put a little flower on there as well. One of these little flat backed ones that I've got. So I really like those. Let's grab one. Yeah, I think that's nice. I'm not going to do that yet though, because I want to sort out the other side so that I can press down like I'm doing this on this side without ruining anything. Right, I'm going to grab just a piece of just random. You're not going to see it, right? Just again for stability, you're not going to see it at all. I'm just straightening it up a little bit. Right, and this is going to go behind here. But what I want, I've got a little bit of fabric, and this is vintage fabric as well from when I went to the Victoria and Albert Museum. So I want to get this under here. Sorry about my bracelet making a noise. Right, I'm going to get that under there like that. And then I'm going to get this under. It might be a bit too wide. Yeah, it is. Right, so it needs a little bit more off, because we want it narrower than our fabric. Right, let's see. So if it's going to be sitting on the page, I'll come back over here a little touch. That is going to be fine. So I'm going to put the glue onto the piece of card that I've sandwiched in there for it to be stable. Pull that down and press. Right, and I'm going to ink this flower. And then, right, yes, it's not too much, it's just something else, so that when you turn the page over, you've not just got a naked paper clip. Just really quick and easy. A little die cut of a rose. And then let's grab a journal of some kind. Right. Okay, so, oh, where's my rose? It's not finished yet, is it? We wanted a rose on here, so I don't want that stickiness. We'll get rid of that. Oh, come on. That's it. Right. And that is going to go there. Ooh. That goes there. Yeah. Right. Right, I want a page that's not got lace on. Okay. Right. Got a page with nothing stuck on it. Right, so carefully slide it on. Right, and we've got that one on one side and that on the other. So yeah, I quite like that. So that's another piece of my ephemera, done and dusted, that's going to go in the journal. So thanks very much for coming and crafting with me. I hope I made sense today, because I am still very excited. And yeah, thank you for being here and sharing my good news. And I will be back with something else very, very soon. I love you lots. I appreciate you so much. If you haven't subscribed already, please do, because I'd love to have you in my little Cockney craft family, because it's lovely here. It really is. Everyone's so nice. So yeah, thank you very much, and I'll be back very soon. Bye. Love you. Bye.